Hi, this is Debbie, and you're at Debbie Stairs Demos over at Debbie Stairs blog, or either on YouTube. Today we're just going to make a couple of quick little things because I did a Mommy and Me video earlier in honor of Jump Create being live today. And it's at jumpcreate.com. It's for families and crafting. So if you get a chance, make your way over that way. Well, we're going to make just a few tags. It's coming up Halloween. We need some little tags to put on those little bags of goodies just to give it that personal touch. So I'm going to bring you on down, show you what we're going to make. Haha! Going to take out my trusty Cut-A-Bug, and we're going to do some embossing with that. I've already used my coordinations and cut out, it's like a 2-inch by 4-inch strip. This is the Antiques, and it's an orange. Now you can get coordinations, different colors, especially for fall, as well as the Jenny Bolin that's already embossed, and you just work your creativity from there on debbiesdarestudio.com, and that's where you can purchase those. What we're going to do is take our plate A, plate B, our folder, and we're going to put the part that we want raised on the part that is flat here. Sandwich that in and put plate B again. All the plates come with the Cut-A-Bug. And you can buy those at A.C. Moore's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and your local scrapbook store. So I'm just going to run this through. It's not hard. I'll show you a little trick here. I saw that it moved, but I'm going to go back and show you something. Real quick before I open up the magic, if you close this up, put it on a flat surface, open it up, it suctions itself to the table, and you can see me moving the video. That's literally my whole desk moving. That's how stable that is. Awesome. It's bottom heavy, which is fantastic. And then it has this wonderful handle so that I can move it, take it with me to the crops. What fun. Okay, let's unsandwich our piece here, our embossed piece. Move that aside. I love this embossing folder. And you go, oh, that doesn't look Halloweenish. Oh, yeah, it does. Wait and see. Get still. And get a good angle on it. I'm sorry, my lighting is not the best today. But you can see the emboss. Isn't that incredible? We're going to make it even more incredible. I'm going to set my embossing plate aside. Normally I would use my Tim Holtz sander, but I'm out of sanding paper. I actually took the little ends out, and I'm going to use that. So what I'm going to do is just go across here and give it a swift sand. And you can do this in circles, you can do it cross, whatever you want to do. And I'm giving it, I'm not being too lighthearted on it. Coordinations is very sturdy and it's thick, so it can handle. A lot of times, whatever color's on the other side, and this side's sort of like a pale, it looks white, but it's like a pale orange. And it will shine through whenever you do that. You see I have lots of dust. They do have a dust cloth, but I wear work clothes when I do these demos. So I'm just wiping it off on my pants real quick. And now you can see an even better highlight of it. It's beautiful, beautiful highlight. Now, anytime I have this kind of decor, you say, well, that's not Halloween. Well, here's a Halloween one for you. This is actually done with a Fiskars embossing plate, and you use plate A and C and a rubber gasket of some sort on top of your plate, and it will emboss just as beautifully. And all I'm going to do is sand this one. I'm going to make 2 for 1 here. See how fast I can move as we talk. And just give it a good sand down. Wipe your sand off. Wipe your sand off here. And again, now we have a spider. A little more spooky there. A little more spooky stuff happening. Okay? Alright, then I'm going to take my Fiskars chip off the old block squeeze punch. I'm going to make the perfect tag. You just slip it in. Punch. That is the top of your punch, not the bottom. Slip it in. Punch. I have a tag. Let's do it for the other one too. Slip it in, punch. Now I made this little piece of paper a little bit wider because of what we're putting on it. And we have a perfect corner punch. Awesome, awesome stuff. Okay, I have purchased, let's see if I can pull around here and get it, these basil chips. They totally rock. I'm so not kidding. Tons of them that come in a package. There's a moon, there's Frankenstein, there's a ghost. The one thing about the basil chips is when I wet them, either by using my Tattered Angels, and later now I use my mister and just wet it, soak it on both sides, but don't, put it under water. Just soak it real good, let it sit for about 5-10 minutes, take your heat gun to it, and what will happen is, because these are in 3 layers, and it's not intended to do this, but I just sort of figured it out, is that it will peel apart, because there's actually 3 layers in that thickness to give it a good chipboard. But whenever I pull it apart, and I've already used one of my spiders, but I get 3 spiders, and I can either layer them or I can use all 3. So you're actually getting 3 for the price of 1. So here's number 3 on your basil chips, and I think it's fantastic. That may not have been what was intended, but I think if I get 3 for my money, I'm doing really, really well. So what I'm going to do is I just took my spider and added some Martha Stewart black. Found my black. Let's see here in the dark. Glitter. Just covered it over with my tacky glue. Used my finger and just covered it all up. Sprinkled it on because it has a little salt shaker type lid to it. Let it dry and I'm good. I've got a nice little black glitzy spider there. I'm going to use my glue dots. Ta-dum. I've got a mess here, to be honest with you. I've been trying to do this. So I'm going to just use my glue dots and put a couple of glue dots on here. One at the top, one at the bottom, just to give it some stability. Yeah, doesn't like me. That one doesn't, at least. Ta-da! Alright, we got it. Curl them up there just a little bit so it's not where the eyes are supposed to be. Let's put our spider in the center. Not everything has to be centered, but I did put a little centering on that one. So you have your spider that's been glossied up. Yay! Now, what I would do here is something that Tim Holtz has over on his blog, and I loved it, so I'm going to reproduce it here because I think it rocks. So what I'm going to do is actually do one across the top, because instead of putting a hole here, and these are the glossy, they're glazed pens by Sakura. I love these things to death. I'm just going to give it, I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be imperfect. So I'm good at that. I'm good at imperfect. But what I want to do is seal the bags that I'm going to put the goodies in, as well as decorate it as I go. So if I put my goodies in a little plastic bag or a paper bag, I'm just going to attach it here, and I put my line there to get my bob wire going. Use my tiny attacher from Tim Holtz's line, signature line. And make sure your staples are above where it can open at. Put 2 staples at any angle, sort of lower than, it's still crossing the line, but a little bit on the low end. And then come back, do one at an angle, like so. And you can actually put them closer together. And you've got a little piece of bob wire. So I'm going to put some at the top. I'm going to try to put 3 pieces of bob wire here. Let's see. There's my second one. I'm going to turn it around. Do one more maybe. If I can. And again, the secret is putting 2 sort of lower than, not under the line, but right on the line and lower, and then 1 toward the upper piece. And I've got a little bob wire fence happening here. And it's actually sealing this so that it can't come undone before the children get home and let mom and dad check it out, because you really want to encourage mom and dads to check out the candies before children eat them. So that's one tag. Ta-da! Very easy with the coordinations, a little basil, a little Martha Stewart glitter. Fast, fast, fast.